On everybody, welcome to Rips Card Rips. We are live and ready to rip our second and final case, 2024 Topps Midnight Football. First case was pretty good, not great. Jade Daniels auto hit. Nothing super short printed. I think out of 20 was maybe the lowest numbered card out of the case. So hopefully we see something wild tonight. Thank you guys for spending some of your Sunday here with me. If you guys love breaks, save me as a seller on eBay. We do all player breaks, all sports except for hockey. We're usually here 4 or 5 nights a week. What's going on, Travis G? If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning customer, welcome back. We will rip the full case. We will probably recap the whole case. There's not a lot of cards here. Anything that's dual and numbered will go to random at the end via random.org. Anything that's dual and not numbered will be a dice roll at the end. If you have any questions over the course of the live break, we're live on eBay Live and YouTube for your viewing pleasure. Just leave a comment down in the comment section if you have a question. If you're here and you want to let me know who you're rooting for in the live break, I always love to know who's here in a live. It's always fun when we hit a big card and we know you're here watching it live, although I know a lot of people watch them in the morning over a cup of coffee or just catch the recaps. But yeah, we'll rip the case. We'll do a recap at the end. Hopefully this case is nutso. Doc G, what's going on? It's 10:03 here on the East Coast. I'm going to pop this case, get our 8 boxes out, and we'll get ready to rip. Good luck, everybody. Again, welcome to Rips Card Rips. We got a nice piece of cardboard on the top. There's our beautiful 8 boxes. Let's see something wacky, huh? How about a case hit? How about a 1-1? How about anything wild? Last night's case, we had like a non-numbered, I think, Jaden Daniels auto, which was a cool card, but nothing super crazy. Some cool vet or legend autos as usual with some of this top stuff, but just nothing to write home about. It was a good case, just nothing epic. So you're here for Jacob Cowling. Good luck, Jordan. We're gonna start there. All right, we got 8 to go. Let's have another hot case. What's up, Big Papa? Big Papa was rolling last night. Let's see if we can't get you something tonight. We've got a soccer break. We've got a soccer break this week on Wednesday, and then I'm off for vacation, beach vacation with my family. We'll be back the following weekend with some Topps Chrome basketball. Montana plus a couple of Lions and Bills. Good luck to you, Big Papa. And again, thank you for the continued support. It is much appreciated. Here we go. It's 10:05. Good luck, everybody. Won't be a long break. We'll do a recap at the end of all the hits. Let's see something. Doc G is calling a monster. He's not sure who. I hope you are correct. We're starting out with Vince Young, Vinsanity. I believe the next 3 cards are autos, if I remember. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're going Michael Pratt, star-studded. Luke McCaffrey out of 35. And Braylon Trice, not numbered. Again, these cards are beautiful. I usually knock the unlicensed stuff, especially the stuff that's been put out and that they rushed out this year, but this product is just too good to argue with. Luke McCaffrey, Mike Pratt. All right, let's see. Bucky Irving. Bucky's everywhere in this product. Pulled a couple Buckies last night. Bucky. Dennis Smith. And Junior Colson. So nothing crazy to start. Nothing crazy there. Junior Colson. In fact, Bucky Irving is going to be the only card that gets a stand. Yeah, Bucky's awesome. This is the Bucky Irving product. Bucky Irving. This is 3rd auto in 1 case and 1 box that we've hit. Dennis Smith. And Vince Young. Okay. Again, if you rip this at home, make sure you get 55-point loaders. If you try to jam them into anything else, you're going to destroy the cards at the retail price. I can't imagine Audrey, you're back again. You got Bucky again. All right. Good to have you back. Now you got to get a nice low-numbered Bucky. Why not? Why not? Box number 2. All right. We're starting out with Roman Wilson. We're going 3 times that way. Here's a Drew Brees. That's a case hit. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a cool one. Nice Drew Brees. Roman Wilson to 50 and Bryce Young to 25. Good looking card there. Night Ball. Bryce Young certainly started to look good towards the end of it. Called Twilight. Thank you, Core. Twilight. It's a cool looking card. It's a great way to make a case hit when you don't have the license. Just show their face. And a little bit of the uni. Really, really smart. Really smart looking case hit. Really smart design. Kudos. All right, let's see something. Roman Wilson on the front. We're going to go this way. Terry and Arnold. I feel like the best auto is usually the first one. TA. Next up, Jalen Wright. Another good-looking card. Not a great one. You got Worthy again. All right. And what should be the best auto out of the box. Warren Moon out of 20. Very cool. Always love his auto. Good looking card. Warren Moon to 20. There you go. 6 out of 20. He, of course, wore number 1 in my favorite uniform of all time, the old Oilers. This is my favorite product of the year. Yeah, the product's beautiful. Exactly, Big Papa. Yeah, I love the autos. I love the autos that they have in here. I just wish the price of the retail wasn't so high on these. Like, this should be a $200 box. What are they going for, 400, whatever? Like, this should be a $200 box. 3 autos. Like, you're getting 1 good auto and 2 crap autos, for the most part, per box. Should be a $200 product. And if it was, and if it fell along with what it should be, people would buy it. People would buy it all out. And everyone would be happy with it. Like, at $200, it's a great rip. $400, it's a stressful rip. All right, I see some gold ice in here. All right, so we got Brendan Rice and Jerry Rice. Dual Rice. That one's going to random. Tony Dorsett, 2 of 5. Gold ice. Nice Tony D. That card's awesome, by the way. Yeah, the old unis are amazing. And star-studded out of 25. Jaden Daniels. Mr. Travis, there you go. Jaden Daniels always hits. They're smart. They throw them in every case. Jaden Daniels, star-studded. Oh, let's do Bucky up there. Jaden Daniels there. That's a really nice Dorsett. Really nice Dorsett to 5. All right. Let's do Warren Moon here. There we go. All right. Now we got a good-looking wall. That one's going to random. All right, can we see a big auto or what? No huge autos yet. We'll go from the back. First up, we got Enos Rackstraw Jr. By far. Dorsett is by far the coolest one, but you'll like the one that you got better. Cole Beasley, CB11. All right, 2 not great autos. This one should be a good one, I hope. Good luck. That was all right. Out of 12, Xavier Leggett. Nice little short printed auto out of 12. We'll take it. That's what, 7 of 12? 7 of 12. I guess that's got to get a stand, right? It's got to get a 7 of 12 on a stand. And, of course, we had C.J. Stroud there. Course, we have Stroud. All right, box 4. Box numero 4. Let's get something here. I want to see a big auto. No big autos yet. Some cool autos, but no big autos. The Breeze is cool. Definitely cool. It's just a really good design. I wish I could talk to the person who decided to do that. as the case hit. It's just genius. All right, here we go. We got star-studded Barry Sanders. Nice there. Michael Hall Jr. Browns out of 50. And Luke Kuechly. Man, I would have liked to see him continue on the career, but I get it. He was so much fun to watch. So good. So good. So good at the middle linebacker position. It's my favorite position to watch. Middle linebackers and free safeties on defense. I love watching them from the snap of the ball. Luke Kuechly was so good. Such an instinctual talent. All right, here we go. We got Marvin Jones, the linebacker. Actually, when I was listing this break, I was wondering if that was the wide receiver. I'm not even all that familiar with this Marvin Jones. It's not a great auto. This looks to be red. Joe Theismann out of 99. Still the most gruesome injury ever. Although Nick Chubb, both of Nick Chubb's were disgusting, but the first Theismann was gross. That was the initial one where you're like, if you're squeamish, you got to turn away. All right, we're due for a big auto. Come on. Bo Nix. That's a good one. A lot of people jump up and down about that. I'm not a big Bo Nix guy, but it's a good hit for the Bo Nix spot. Non-numbered Bo Nix. He got the big, thick Sharpie marker there. Bo Nix. Good hit for the Bo Nix spot. And that was Keon Coleman, the base one there. All right, still no big autos. I wouldn't say a base Bo Nix isn't a case hit auto, in my opinion, hopefully. Second half of the case coming at you. Patrick Willis was the best, too. Patrick Willis, Ray Lewis, and Luke Kuechly in my lifetime. Brian Urlacher was fun. I don't think he was on that level, though. Brian Urlacher was a lot of fun. There was the kid from Miami, too. Miami had a really good one. I can't think of his name. Ended with an E, I want to say. All right, here we go. We're starting out with a Caleb Williams. That's fun. Leggett and Bryce Young. We might just go to random on that. That'll be easier. Xavier Worthy out of 75. Like a bronze. And then a Jim McMahon, Caleb Williams out of 25. Why can't I think of the guy from Miami? Anybody? Can anybody give me that guy's name? Anybody give me the Miami linebacker, middle linebacker? Willis McGahee's was gross. Where's your boy Peyton hiding? I haven't pulled a Peyton in a while. All right, we got to go to random on a couple of these at the end. Nice Worthy. Zach Thomas, thank you. Thank you, Audrey. All right, let's see a big auto. Can we see a big auto? Can we see another Enos Rackstraw Jr.? It's exciting. Enos. Not Ray Lewis. I meant Miami, the Dolphins, yeah. Zach Thomas was the one I was looking for. Dexter Manley, but yeah, Ray Lewis was obviously amazing. The Ray Lewis hit on, the scat back from the Chargers on 4th and 4 was still maybe my favorite defensive play of all time, besides Sean Taylor destroying the punter in the Pro Bowl. All right, this should be a fun one, hopefully. Another Leggett. That's 2 Leggetts in each case. We're probably going to get another Bucky Irving. Fanatics has no idea what they're doing with collation. Nice Leggett if you got that spot. Fanatics has no idea how to collate these cases. They just keep throwing the same guys in. So I almost guarantee you that there's going to be another Bucky Irving. Almost guarantee it. Last case, we had 1 Jaden Daniels base, 2 Buckies, and 2 Leggetts, and a bunch of okay autos. I hope we get something good. I hope we get something wild out of this case. Eddie George. 101 Bucky, I'll take it. I love Bucky. I think Bucky's going to have a huge year. All right, we got a thick one. Means it's not one of the GOAT quarterbacks. There's Tom Brady, star-studded. Joey Porter to 35, and Nate Wiggins. Nate Wiggins, Brady, not numbered. Joey Porter. All right, from the back, this one is Jatavian Sanders out of 20, the worst autograph in the league. He's actually a talented player, but that auto makes me root against him. So lazy. 3 of 20. Jatavian, the old JS. That's an auto right there. Steve Grogan out of 99. Stevie G, look at that mess of an auto. I love it, though. Like, imagine trying to forge that. Look at that shit. Imagine forging that auto, being like, hey, I'm going to need you to forge this so that I can make $60 on this football. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, and our patch auto is going this way. All right, that's probably the best auto out of the case. Another guy I'm not a fan of. Nice Drake May. Another guy that I'm not high on, but a lot of people are. I would sell this if you got this spot right away. Guy has no talent around him. Almost no hope with that coaching staff. Talented kid. Good arm. Can't seem to process the defense, but in my humble opinion, I would sell. I was the sell Mac Jones guy. I said Mac Jones would be the worst prospect I've ever seen. He turned out to actually be the worst prospect I've ever seen. That's right, Big Papa. That's a Hall of Famer auto. That one's awesome. All right, 2 to go. I feel like we got 2 rookie quarterback autos. No great legend autos, unless you want to count Warren Moon. We got a case hit with Drew Brees. We got a Dorsett to 5. Travis is looking for Malik Neighbors. He's been tough. I don't think I've hit a Neighbors auto in any product this year, for whatever reason. Certain guys I hit all the time. Neighbors is not one of them. Maybe we change that here. Who knows? 1, 2, 3. There's Jerry Rice. There's Steve Largent out of 35. And there's Donovan McNabb. Donovan McNabb. Steve Largent. Steve Largent was awesome. Jerry Rice. I feel like that's pretty off-center. How do you off-center a card this thick? Like, how could anything be off-center? Just me. All right, Junior Colson out of 99. 2 Junior Colsons. Gotta love it. Limited checklist. Why not hit dupes of everybody? Marvin Jones again. God, Fanatics. They know we're just going to keep buying it up. They know we're going to keep buying it up, so they don't care what they do. They just keep firing them out any way they can. Gosh. Spencer Rattler. It's a rookie quarterback. It's not a good one. But it's the Rattler. Congrats if you got that spot. And this was Jacob Cowing. Someone was asking for Cowing. All right, last box coming. Last box coming. We still got to go to random on a couple of these. I feel like this case has been okay. Product and all. I get disappointed when there's so few cards in a box and they dupe us up on all the autos. It's just annoying. Especially when they know, like, they're breaker heavy. Like, they have their own selected breakers. They're pushing out product all over the place. Like, just at least make the cases, make the cases fair. That's all we ask. That's it. That's all us breakers ask. All right, we got a thick auto, a few more. There's Peyton Manning. Lunar Tide. I don't know if that's anything good. Good looking card. Reed to 12. Austin Reed. I think that's going to make Sajit happy. And Pearsall to 25. All right, Pearsall to 25. Peyton Manning. Reed to 12. Nice one there. Almost definitely no big legend auto in this one. Yeah, there's Donovan McNabb to 99. Jonathan Brooks. Last card of the case. Patch auto. Adonai Mitchell out of 20. Adonai out of 20. It's an okay card. Cool patch. Cool looking steel card. And there was a Lad McConkey on the front. All right, let's do a recap. We got a couple cards going to random. Recap. McConkey. Reed to 12. Manning, Lunar. Pearsall to 25. Cowing. Rice. Largent to 35. McNabb. Rod Smith. Joey Porter to 35. Tom Brady. Nate Wiggins, Caleb Williams, Xavier Worthy to 75, Keon Coleman, Michael Hall to 50, Barry Sanders, Kuechly, Stroud, Roman Wilson to 50, Bryce Young, Vince Young, who is that? Michael Pratt, Luke McCaffrey was to 35, and Braylon Trice, autos, Mitchell to 20, Brooks, Jonathan Brooks, Donovan McNabb to 99, Rattler, Marvin Jones. This is Junior Colson to 99, Grogan, Jatavian Sanders, Xavier Leggett, Dexter Manley, Straw, Joe Theismann, Marvin Jones again, Cole Beasley, Straw again, Jalen Wright, Terry and Arnold, Dennis Smith, and Junior Colson again. Case hit, Drew Brees. Nice one for the Brees spot. Leggett to 12. Cool one there. Bo Nix, base auto. Drake May, base auto. Patch. Bucky, base auto. Warren Moon to 20. Jaden Daniels. That one's to 25. Tony Dorsett out of 5, 2 of 5. Couple cards going to random. Bear with me as we random these ones off. Again, thanks, guys. We got soccer on Wednesday. If you guys are soccer fans, we'll see you there. Give me just a second while we get random.org loaded and ready to go. All right. I love that random.org. Make sure I'm not a robot. Like, what? How many people really are going there that are robots? All right, here we go. We're going to roll some virtual dice. That'll tell us how many times we're going to randomize these. 3 and 2 is 5. 5 on all of them. First one, Jim McMahon, Caleb Williams. Jim McMahon. In that order, whoever's on top on the 5th gets it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. Jim McMahon, you got it. Jim McMahon, you've got that cool one. Next up, Xavier Leggett, Bryce Young. Five times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. Leggett. He always hits. And last but not least, Brendan Rice and Jerry Rice. Brendan Rice, Jerry Rice. Good luck 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our 5. Brendan Rice. Big hit. Guys, have an amazing rest of your Sunday night. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.